Strapping adventure. I noticed you pulled into harbor by your lonesome. However, you did that as a feat in itself. You don't plan on embarking on the high seas of the Deadfire with a crew of one, now do you? Heh, no need for a response. Any sailor who ventures alone into the dangers of the ocean is as good as dead. So, I have a mighty fine crew of decent folk looking for a job aboard a new ship. There's a bunch to choose from, but you only get to hire one. Who can you choose from, you ask? Well, that's a bit tousled. You see, it's because I don't exactly know who they are yet. What I do know, however, is that you can put in a request for what you like to see in your ideal sailor. Of course, I don't do this out of the goodness of my own heart. I do out of the goodness of others' hearts. Any donation to Direct Relief means you can help select a trait for our new adventuring friend. And our new friends here is going to need your help. Who exactly is this new sailor that will aid our friend in his adventures to the Pillars of Eternity 2 segment later this marathon? Now, there's a couple things I ought to lay out. By donating to Direct Relief via donate.zeldathon.net, you can include hashtag SailorFriend in your message to cast your lot with a single trait. I will ultimately find your new crewmate when the Pillars 2 segment begins later, but if there's multiple requests for a single trait, it may or may not be left to Lady Luck, you hear? Anyway, let me give you a tour of what I can search for. There's the masks and the femmes. As for ancestry, I can look for 6 options. There's the Alamawa, a big aquatic folk with an affinity for water. The dwarves, classic short stacks with pensions for craftsmanship. The elves, tall, slender, pointy ears. You're not going to get much better than that. Humans, which, if you're asking me, it's a boring choice. Orlans, furred little gods of the forest, and godlings, born with the boon of the gods, although many don't see it like that. When it comes to class itself, there's a lot I could search for. Barbarians, for example, is just one option. They are always reckless and ferocious warriors with great melee offense. The others, there's a lot. Enchanters, for example, are bards and tellers of tales, who support allies in battles. There is the elusive cipher, strange adepts that alter the souls of others. Druids, or spellcasters, who tap into the forces of nature itself, transforming into mythical beasts. Fighters, classic, expert masters of blade and tactics of battle. Monks, martial artists with a keen connection to their inner energy. Paladins, devoted, sometimes fanatical, soldiers of faith. Priests, who are clerics that ignite their faith into powerful prayers. Rangers, who bond with animal companions to explore the wilderness. Rogues, sneakers, who rely on wits, speed, and subterfuge to gain the upper hand. And finally, wizards, folk with incredible mental discipline to cast complex magic. Now for origin, I can look for any background should you wish, from snobby aristocrats to the cunning raider, whatever you think's fit for your ship from this. Does our new friend have any favorite weapons? It couldn't hurt to have a strong arm that can bash folks in with a battle axe, or a marksman with a mean rifle. Finally, our new friend here probably has 2 favorite colors. Now, if you can kindly get them to remember what they were, I'd be eternally grateful. Plus, we're also going to need their portrait. And a nice new name for the high seas and your new adventures. Now then, with that in mind, we'll see what sort of new friend will turn up. Make sure to tune into the Pillars of Eternity 2 and Deadfire segment ran by Frosty on Wednesday, June 16th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time to see the result. Until then, matey,